not in love. As in war, everyone has their own destiny. Whoever has power is right. The road down has few stops. In the eyes of a woman, only one object is worthy of praise: herself. Men are still led by instinct before they are regulated by knowledge. When a girl leaves her home at 18, she does one of two things. Either she falls into saving hands and becomes better, or she rapidly assumes the cosmopolitan standard of virtue and becomes worse. How true it is that words are but the vague shadows of the volumes we mean. Little audible links, they are, chaining together great inaudible feelings and purposes. Don't be proud when you help the poor. Be grateful that you had the opportunity. Of all living beings, women are the most intelligent and beautiful, but they are afraid of each other. Half of a person's success lies in his ability to get along with other people. If misfortunes begin to fall, they must fall on all sides. People, in general, attach too much importance to words. They are under the illusion that talking affects great results. As a matter of fact, words are, as a rule, the shallowest portion of all the argument. They but dimly represent the great surging feelings and desires which lie behind them. When the distraction of the tongue is removed, the heart listens. The most futile pursuit in this world is any attempt at the exact definition of a person's character. Is it worth worrying about what hasn't happened yet? Love is the only thing you can really give in all this world. When you give love, you give everything. No one is as proud of the trappings of wealth as someone who has recently acquired wealth. People outgrow each other. Our views change. Hence, our relationships change. Happiness comes to those who wait. Parents are usually sure that they know their children well. Time only strengthens this delusion. People believe about us what we want them to believe. The most futile thing in this world is any attempt, perhaps, at exact definition of character. All individuals are a bundle of contradictions, none more so than the most capable. We experience heartache when faced with those who are higher up and better off than ourselves. But the pain eventually subsides. To be successful with many women, you need to give yourself completely to each one. You can't bring back the past. You can't make a broken cup whole. You can only glue it together and call it whole, but it will never be exactly the same. Other than love, traveling brings us the most joy and comfort. Remember, love is all a woman has to give, but it is the only thing which God permits us to carry beyond the grave. It is a sad thing to want for happiness, but it is a terrible thing to see another groping about blindly for it, when it is almost within the grasp. What matters it, if a man gaineth the whole world, and loseth his own soul? And then he sank back and tried, as usual, not to think. He must succeed. That's what the world was made for. That's what he was made for. That was what he would have to do. Life is made for the strong. There is no mercy in it for the weak. None. Such is the tragedy of desire. Only in rare instances, and with rare individuals, does there seem to be any guiding light from within. Art is the stored honey of the human soul, gathered on wings of misery and travail. When the distraction of the tongue is removed, the heart listens. In many cases where one is content to lead a secluded life, it is not necessary to say much of one's past, but as a rule, something must be said. When waters engulf us, we reach for a star. You must help the world express itself. Use will make your powers endure. I was a moral coward, and he was not losing his life and desires through fear, which the majority of us do. I believe in the compelling power of love. I do not understand it. I believe it to be the most fragrant blossom of all this thorny existence. All men should be good. All women virtuous. Wherefore, villain, hast thou failed? The true meaning of money yet remains to be popularly explained and comprehended. When each individual realizes for himself that this thing primarily stands for, and should only be accepted as a moral due, that it should be paid out as honestly stored energy, and not as a usurped privilege, many of our social, religious, and political troubles will have permanently passed. It is an exceptional thing to find beauty, youth, compatibility, intelligence, your own point of view, softened and charmingly emotionalized, in another. Peace. Peace. So shall it soon be with all of us. It was a dream. It is. I am. You are. And shall we grieve over or hark back to dreams? For what am I now? But a moment since, I was whole, and one who could find delight in all things that were given me to do. But now I am as one who is lost, and knows not his way.